The world around us induces feelings that show expendability for the interpretation of material things. And this encourages the realization of new forms always rising. There is a consistent drive to explore and discover newness of forms and materiality while we are physical. I believe it is possible to clearly define a syntactic between conceptual ideas, identify new tools of communication, and find empowerment by understanding objectives. I will display what I gather within my full scope of observations, thoughts, feelings, sense, and intuitions. Actions and gestures clearly set in specific space and spaces can solidify acceptance by those around us as to what is authentic and valid.
Love you, man, but I want to eat now.
Hence the two old friends walked away, guilt-free and feeling free, much freer than before. Malignant nights, darkness is frightening. Okay. Darkness is silence. Okay. Silence is spiritual. Anything goes to where it's led. So he returned again to the confusion, once again back in the holding cell created by his own fears. So why, my friend, ask yourself why you have placed yourself here, and I will answer you the messages before you. What is innovating? The answer also is right at hand. No reason to look so far. I can spot the unaware immediately. The look is all in the eyes. The look is fear, and fear is what was in control.
Well, what I find is that the quintessential element to the project itself was the allowance of the improvisation that the director had let us work with. Normally I'm used to a much stricter kind of format, but in this case I figured I would take the chance. I had spoken to several other people who have worked in this kind of independent-like situation, and I figured why not. I had some time, I had been traveling, I came back thinking of taking some time off, working on some music projects that weren't really going anyplace, and I had no apprehensions about the success of what may happen after the fact, but I am very surprised that 3 years have gone by, and we are here in Paris. It is a lot easier to fit in, say, from the beginning of the first project, which was, adapting to places where I had been sent to film, so we'll see what happens next.
We are all both consciously and unconsciously seduced into taking action upon our ideas, selecting energy, converting energy into matter to give it form and to create what we understand to be reality. The ongoing awareness of this makes us the daily practitioners of how our ideas have relevance to ourselves and the world as we perceive it. Well, it's now affecting the planet. The contemporary meta being that examines the comprehension of the self as a dualistic physical entity. Through a variety of fragments, several aspects of the persona's characters will explore their expanded selves. Through metaphoric uses of visual art forms, music, dialogues, and verbal narrative, situational reality dictates the potentiality of how vast we human beings really are. The new inner film is global, and it is set and filmed through your own eyes. The inner film has no flaws, no errors, only a series of ongoing metaphors to activate contextual awareness. To become aware of the creative human potential at that very moment, we are affected to such a vast degree on all levels of consciousness. The newly activated left side of the brain human now glorifies and accepts the differences of our nature as extremely creative, full of ideas, and endlessly full of potential human beings. I have discovered a focus upon measuring the specifics of physical spaces for executing various experiments as fragmented realities. These are both for the persona and the shadow. I believe that by engaging the exercise of process, one will define the potentials of exploring their own physicality as an essence of materiality. I have come to understand and believe that personal relationships with materials are made based upon the experimental use of its nature. We purposely utilize our surroundings to display our experimentation. Temporary, ongoing situations now coincide as human persona installations and induce a feeling of activity in a perceived non-traditional space. I'm primarily concerned with the human process, the materials, time and space. I am primarily concerned with the human process. I'm documenting through video, contemporary medium, that has far exceeded the boundaries of art, well, years ago anyway. What can and does happen within a space based upon what has been explored by the body in its active process? For over 2 years now, I have taken video clips on a daily basis of both my own and my contributing subjects' procedures of exploration through these ideas. The video clips are reviewed and edited into shorts and contribute to a larger whole. The result of my 2-year study is being edited into a full-length documentary film project. Well, it is now affecting the planet. The contemporary meta-being that examines the comprehension of the self as a dualistic physical entity. Through a variety of fragments, several aspects of the persona's characters will explore their expanded selves. Through metaphoric use of visual art forms, music, dialogues, and a verbal narrative, situational reality dictates the potentiality of how vast we as human beings really are. The new Inner film is global, and it is set and filmed through your own eyes. The Inner film has no flaws or errors, only a series of ongoing metaphors to activate contextual awareness.
His timing was impeccable. He was diligent, and he persevered. A ritualist, a systematic experiencer, searching and looking for the next moment. He would appear when he needed to, giving birth to his ideas as often as he liked, mainly to discover, and only discover, the parts of himself that he had not yet connected to. Time would pass on. The weather would change, but the system continued to run itself by default. Was default the only answer? Was there another place? Was there another time? Was there another way to experience what had been known as the self? The ritualist was nostalgic. He could be activated in an instant. A monolith of mental collages flourished in front of him. Changing regularly, he would perform the same action over and over again. It was only a matter of time before this ritual would spread faster than any virus known to man at the present time. The inner virus would spread a positive wave of energy. What was left? What was new? What was to come? How were we all connected? And what was it we were connected to?